Growing muscle is a curious endeavor. Some people think that they will lift a dumbbell up and suddenly become Ronnie Coleman. Some people think it's a mission impossible. I think there are five simple factors which will, if all in place, guarantee that you will gain muscle. Now, out of these five factors, there are only two which come to the gym. Yeah, uh, surprise maybe to some of you, but to people who really understand the gym and are experienced, probably not as surprised as the rest of you. The first thing, progressive overload. This is something that is a completely ambiguous concept to people who are beginning the gym or just are not learning information about the gym or training. But progressive overload is something that should and needs to be in place in order for you to grow muscle. You can think of it as a comparison. The more weight you move, the more muscle you gain. Of course, it's not entirely true. In fact, there's minimal truth to that, but you can kind of compare the two and put it together. You need to do more of something in order to grow more muscle. Examples, like I mentioned, weight. As you progress, especially as a newbie, you will get the thing called newbie gains, which means you grow more muscle in the beginning than you will for the rest of your lifting career, which is great. Also, newbie gains contain of more rapid strength gain than the rest of your lifting career. So you will progress in weight, I would say quite fast in your I would say first few months, up to like a half a year, maybe 9 months. That is the point where you will progress fast. Other things which you can increase. Sets. For example, beginners usually start with a few days of the week in the gym, a minimal amount of exercise, minimal amount of sets. But that will probably increase as you go to the gym for months and then years. You will start probably doing more. Of course, again, there's a limit to that. There's nuance, which, if you're interested, you're going to learn about. But for beginners, just do your amount of sets and after a few weeks, maybe increase some of them so that you kind of put more pressure on your muscles. Also, a rep increase. For example, bench press, you did 10 reps this week with a specific weight. Next week, you try to go for 11. Simple. And the last one, increasing the amount of sessions. For example, me, when I started going to the gym, I went for 3 days a week, which is good even for intermediate or, well, maybe not advanced lifters, but people who want to stay healthy and stay muscular. 3 days a week is good, but you can increase the amount of days to four, five, even six. I wouldn't recommend seven, but some people like to go to the gym every day. They're addicts. That's it. The second point about when it comes to the gym is you need to train to failure or close. What this means is on specific exercise like dumbbell curls, you pick out a specific weight, you do this weight, and you repeat your repetitions until you cannot perform any more good or even bad cheat reps almost. Basically, until your muscle is dead and you need to rest for a few minutes. Now, I did mention, or close, the nuance here is that, well, some people don't know when they are close to failure. Even I don't know when I'm close to failure on certain exercises. For example, the squat. I remember this specific time when I was doing 120 kgs And at rep 8, I thought, I'm about to just go down and not get up. I did 15. Calculating how far you are from failure can be difficult, but you can get accustomed to it. So make sure you're either training to failure or the furthest 3 reps shy from failure. That's the point when you're really gonna see results. Now, when it comes to the gym, there's also an important thing, which is technique. Of course, it's important. No one wants to get injured, no one wants to destroy their body. But I didn't include this in the list because of 2 reasons. Firstly, uh, it is absolutely possible to make gains with suboptimal technique. What do I mean? For example, on lat pull downs, not getting the full stretch. It's not great, but you will absolutely make gains. When it comes to other parts of the technique, like having a rounded back on deadlifts, that's completely different. You shouldn't do that unless you're just an elite. The second point is that most beginners make sure that their form is on point for healthy training. So they kind of go to the gym and make sure that they learn it automatically by, for example, getting a PT or watching some tutorials on YouTube or whatever. So technique usually, on most occasions, is something that people understand automatically they need to learn when they start going to the gym. And I hope that is you too. The rest of the things come from outside of the gym, like the third point, nutrition and hydration. Look, you can go to the gym as much as you want, live to failure as much as you want, but if you're not eating enough protein and enough calories, you're not gonna, there's nothing gonna go on there. You need your building materials to make sure that building happens. So if you want to gain uh, a few kilos of muscle, then you need to make sure that you're eating more than you spend on your daily activities or just on living. Uh, and you need to make sure that there's extra resources for you to build more muscle. Now, of course, this is very simple for young people like me. When I was 15, I think, I was, quite thin. I could eat everything and still not gain weight. So what I did was eat more than everything, just eat basically what I saw until I gained muscle. Now, if you want to invest in supplements, the one I would recommend is creatine. For me personally, I just grew like a fucking beast. Yeah, I grew a lot. Uh, of course, I was eating a lot, which definitely helped, but also creatine helps you store more water in your muscles. Who doesn't want to grow more muscles when it comes to the young guys who go to the gym? Drink creatine. Now, there's a caveat for overweight people who want to lose fat and gain muscle at the same time. I've heard of multiple strategies. I can't talk from a personal standpoint because I have never been in a situation where I want to lose fat and gain muscle. The thing here is that I would recommend 2 things. First off, cut out your trash food intake. Unhealthy foods which aren't really difficult to, you know, tell apart from the healthy foods. Burgers, McDonald's, fries. Cut that shit out. Cheat days are a thing. I would say just keep a light snack in every day if you want, but minimal. And cheat days don't use such a concept to just eat everything you missed out on your on the rest of the week because, well, you're just gonna eat everything back. So yeah, the first thing, cut out trash foods. And secondly, just make sure that you're eating more protein. You can count calories, and there are multiple apps for that. MyFitnessPal, RP Diet app, Macro Factor, and there's probably a lot more. And counting calories is absolutely great. It's gonna just tell you the straight up numbers of what you are consuming, which is a great tool. But a lot of people just it takes up extra time, and a lot of people are not gonna do that. So the simplest tips: cut out trash, consume more protein, like a third of the plate on, I would say, like, I don't know, 4 meals in your day. A third of the plate, that should be plenty. Maybe drink more water. And I would say that when you start weightlifting, your body is going to consume more calories automatically because it needs them. So you should be on the right path. And if nothing changes after a few weeks, well, you need to cut down on more of your food. And that's basically it. Do some cardio as well. It helps. It's not magic. It's not like you're gonna start running 5 kilometers a day and suddenly become thin. Cardio doesn't actually burn as much calories for the effort you put in, but it's definitely a great tool. Do some cardio as well. The fourth thing, sleep and recovery. This is the point of your day or of your daily living in which muscle is actually built. Like when you're sleeping, when you're resting, that's when actually your muscles become bigger. Weightlifting is just when you're kind of, let's say, sending a signal to your muscles that, hey, grow. But the signal is received and is completed when you are resting. And a lot of people nowadays want to sit on TikTok until 2 a.m. and not sleep. And that is problematic. Make sure you're getting at least 7 hours a day of sleep. And if you're feeling sleepy the next day through the whole day, you're yawning all day and you feel like you have no energy, sleep fucking more. That's it. Sleep more. Respect sleep. And when it comes to recovery, well, you should definitely let your body and mind relax from time to time. That's why I wouldn't recommend going 7 days a week. That one rest day or 2 rest days you have on your week, the best would be if you're like recovering your body to be ready for your next sessions. If you have multiple sessions of exercise a day, for example, you have basketball and weightlifting, then you gotta make sure that you're resting and supplementing yourself between those 2 sessions. That's really it. You can't exercise for the whole day and hope to build a ton of muscle. It's gonna be really difficult, extremely difficult, and unless you have top tier genes, it's probably not gonna happen. Sorry. Which brings me to my fifth, yeah, it's the fifth point, the last point. All of this will be for naught unless you keep it up, which means consistency. Look, you can go to the gym for a week and then miss a month, and guess what you're gonna achieve? Nothing. You really got to keep up your lifting for days, weeks, months. You have to do it consistency. Consistency, yeah, fucking consistency. You gotta do it consistently. So you're going to the gym when you have it planned and you don't miss your sessions. Or if you do, it's a rare case. You're sleeping daily enough. If you don't, it's a rare occasion. If you're not eating good, it's a rare occasion. So you have to keep up your good habits in order to grow muscle. I have a friend. If he's watching, he probably knows that I'm talking about him. He goes through these periods where he goes to the gym for a few weeks, or let's say a month, and that is good, fine. Then his subscription ends, and he suddenly decides that he's not gonna go to the gym again. Why? Fuck knows. God knows. Whatever. Then he decides, yes, let's go. I'm motivated again, and starts going to the gym. It's not gonna work like that, unfortunately. Sorry. Uh, Keep up your good habits, stick to them, and then you're gonna see progress. Just make sure you're patient as well, because it's not gonna happen in a moment. Neither are you gonna see your results for yourself. So a good pro tip here is, if you know that you're kinda maybe insecure or not patient, take progress pics. Before you start going to the gym, take a pic of yourself from different angles, whatever. And then after a month, after 2 months, 3 months, take pictures, because in your daily life you're not gonna notice a big difference. But when you have photos of yourself, well, it's undeniable proof. And if you don't see progress, look at the list again and see, what are you missing? Where can you improve? And just do it. There's no other excuse. Sorry. I hope you liked the video. I hope you learned something new. Type something in the comments. That'll be nice. Yeah. Subscribe as well. I'm trying to become known as a fitness influencer, celebrity, trainer in the future, of course. Coach. That's what I would like to be. Yeah. Thank you for watching.